My Two Dads is an American sitcom that starred Staci Keanan, Paul Reiser and Greg Evigan. It aired on NBC from 1987 to 1990 and was produced by Michael Jacobs Productions in association with TriStar Television and distributed by TeleVentures. Show synopsis: the show begins when Marcy Bradford, the mother of 12-year-old Nicole Bradford, dies. The two men who had competed for the woman's affections before Nicole was born Michael Taylor, a successful financial advisor, and struggling artist Joey Harris, former friends who hated one another because of their mutual interest in Marcy are awarded joint custody of Nicole. The mix-ups of two single men raising a teenage daughter provided the story each week. Judge Margaret W. Wilbur, a family court judge who awarded custody of Nicole to Michael and Joey, would frequently visit the new family and served as Nicole's mentor. This was because she had bought the building in which Joey lived and was now the live-in landlord. Michael had originally had his own condo uptown, but had been evicted from it, due to Joey's painting of the walls, and as such, moved into Joey's artist's loft. Nicole's actual paternity was never revealed on the show. In the episode Pop, the Question, Michael and Joey after a falling out had a DNA test run to determine which of them was Nicole's biological father. The test was conducted against Nicole's wishes, and she destroyed the results before opening them since she was happy in not knowing who her father was. Michael and Joey later resolved their differences and reconcile. Judge Wilbur looked at the results, but threw them away without revealing them to the audience. The series came to an end when Joey reconnected with a former girlfriend named Sarah and eventually moved to San Francisco to live with her and her daughter, Grace. He keeps in contact with Nicole, Michael and Judge Wilbur, all of whom remained in New York. Nicole made reference to her coming out to San Francisco and visiting him, then she ended her letter to Joey by saying that no matter what or where he was or who he was with, he would always be one of her two dads. Main cast: Paul Reiser Michael Taylor, Greg Evigan Joey Harris, Staci Keanan Nicole Bradford, Florence Stanley Judge Margaret W. Wilbur, Giovanni Ribisi Corey Kupkas, Chad Allen Zach Nichols, Dick Butkus Ed Klavicki, Amy Hathaway Shelby Haskell, Don Yeso Julian, Peter Broster young Michael Taylor. Supporting characters The series regularly featured Giovanni Ribisi and Chad Allen as two boys who competed for Nicole's affections just as her two dads had done for her mother's. Florence Stanley appeared as Judge Margaret Wilbur, who was responsible for assigning Nicole's custody, and who regularly looked over the family. She was also their landlady, being the resident owner of the apartment building where the family lived. Amy Hathaway played Nicole's worldly best friend, Shelby Haskell. The cast was rounded by former football player Dick Butkus, who managed the cafe in the building's first floor. The cafe was the second spot in the show where the plot usually revolved, the first being the family's apartment. In the third season, when Dick Butkus left the series, the diner was then run by cook Julian, but there was no explanation as to what happened to Ed Klavicki. Ownership of the diner was explained to have been taken over by Judge Wilbur at this point, and it was renamed the Judge's Court Cafe. Night Court Connection My Two Dads had a crossover with another NBC show, Night Court. Judge Margaret W. Wilbur, played by Florence Stanley, appeared on Night Court. In turn, Richard Moll guest starred as his Night Court character Bull in an episode of My Two Dads, protecting Judge Wilbur from a recently released criminal that she had sent to prison years before. Episodes: List of My Two Dads episodes. Syndication and DVD releases. Reruns of the show aired on the USA Network through the 1990s and again in the early 2000s. The show has not aired since. Minisodes of several episodes from the first season can be streamed for free online on Crackle. The show also aired in Gibraltar on GBC TV, Shout! Factory has released the first two seasons of My Two Dads on DVD in Region 1. Season 2 was released as a Shout! Factory Select title, available exclusively through their online store. Mill Creek Entertainment released a 10-episode best-of set entitled My Two Dads You Can Count on Me on March 22, 2011. The single disc release features episodes from the first 2 seasons. An unregistered trademark Shout! Factory Select title, sold exclusively through Shout's online store. Awards. References. External links: My Two Dads at the Internet Movie Database, My Two Dads at TV.com, My Two Dads at fguides.com.